Slowing down your breath. On your next inhale, let's lengthen that breath to the count of 5. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. 5. Inhale 1, 2. Feel your spine get longer. 3, 4. The crown of your head floats up. 5. Your spine is spacious between each vertebrae. Exhaling 1. Your shoulders soften down your back. 2, your ribs float downwards. 3, your hip sockets soften just a little bit. 4, your thighs melt. 5, allowing yourself to soften throughout the legs. Inhaling back in, we're going to start to lift through the energy again, breathing long. And exhale, using your abdominal wall to gently force the air out. Inhale, lengthen body. Exhale, use that abdominal wall to press the air out. Time and lifting your arms in. Dropping that head forward. Curve the whole spine like you do in a Halloween cat pose. And just breathe deeply here with your arms touching the floor and your back curving backwards, opening up the back of the rib cage. Inhale, lengthen out on that diagonal. And exhale, get a little bit lower. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, soften down, lengthen that back. One more time. Inhale, ripple it out. Exhale, take it down forward. And close your eyes here and feel gravity's heaviness on your body. Inhale, gather in your pelvic floor and your belly lock and roll up. Arms up. Exhale, curve the body back. Take those knees together. And we're gonna reach underneath our legs. Stick your hands through. And grab the opposite leg if you can. And then curve and pull your back away from the thighs, opening up the back of the ribs. Pull your belly lock in and your root lock in and really stretch that back. Inhale, lift it up. Release your arms. And reach on over to your right. And we're gonna do a different motion today. So I'm gonna exhale, curving forward. I'm gonna inhale to flat. And then I'm gonna exhale, opening the chest back. Inhale, flat, as though there's a wall behind your shoulders. Exhale, down towards the earth. Inhale, flat. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, flat. Exhale, down. Let that hand keep going underneath your own armpit. And look underneath that arm so that you are bending and curving. We call this threading the needle, like you're trying to stick your hand, the piece of thread, through the eye of the needle, which is under your arm here. Inhale, wind it up. Drop those shoulders down and come to the other side. Exhale, leaning forward. Big breath here. Inhale, open. And exhale, open the arms. I don't know about you guys, but my back is very tight today. And when I feel this tight to start with, I know that my body's asking for a gentle warm up. Big breath in. Exhale, curve. And warming up, dynamic warming up, is about moving your body through a comfortable range of motion. So that means wherever it is where your body is working but feeling tight, but not to the edge of the stretch where it starts to feel like a stretch. The range of motion is within that section. And a dynamic warm-up means that we're gonna help the body, big breath in here, open your chest up to the sky. We're gonna help the body pump extra oxygen and blood flow into those muscles to get them warmer, and that will help us to feel soft and for the range of motion to expand like it does with muscle creep so that we get the full use of our muscle for the day. Go ahead and lift your chest up. Exhale, curve. Switch your legs. So on that note, let's add a little more fluidity and motion to warm up those muscles so that we can get into a deeper stretch later on today. Big breath in. Exhale, pull those hands down. Curve your chest as you do. Big breath in. We're warming up the spine. Exhale, curve. Big breath in, straight back. Shoulders anchor down. Exhale, curve. Inhale up. Reach out to your diagonal. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears like you have no neck. I have no neck. Exhale, anchor them down. Lift them up to your ears. Exhale, anchor them down, pressing your chest forward. Inhale, ears up. Exhale, chest forward. Inhale, curve the back. Curve, 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 like you're pulling your rib cage to the back of the room. Interlink those hands and press them forward. And then exhale, anchor those shoulders back. Pull your arms down to cactus arms, so your elbows are as high as your shoulders. And pinch your shoulder blades towards the spine softly. Go ahead and sway a little bit, leaning on that diagonal back. Letting your back muscles do the work of supporting your torso. Exhale, take it down to the mat and curve and soften. Yield to gravity. Take 3 breaths here without any worries. Whatever's coming next doesn't matter. You're just enjoying this moment of letting your back let go. And inhale, roll it up. We're going to take those arms out to the side. Yeah? We're going to talk about shoulder position here because it's going to come up a lot today. With your arms out to the side, please take your fingers down to the mat and your thumbs are up. I want you to rotate your thumbs down and hunch your back forward. Be like, think gorilla. Yeah? So super shoulders shrugged forward all the way around it in the back, like you're impersonating a gorilla. Yeah? So go ahead and feel the position of the shoulder with the hand. Just reach over and feel it for a second. I'm going to come a little closer so I can show you what I mean. This is an internal rotation of the shoulder. Yeah? Same as when we're really slouching. See how that shoulder looks like it's poking forward? Yeah? So from this shrug forward gorilla position, I like that term, I just made it up. It's good. In your gorilla position, straighten your arms out. Yeah, gorilla position, straighten your arms out. And feel how your shoulder can be forward and your arm can be rolled forward there. And then I want you to take that shoulder up and roll it back. Yeah, sitting up tall. Big breath in. Inhale, roll it forward. Inhale, roll it back. Arms out to the side. Inhale, roll it forward. Inhale, arms are still out to the side. Roll it back. Yeah? Inhale, exhale, roll it forward. Inhale, exhale, roll it back. And notice in the rolled back position, we also get that feeling of the shoulder blades coming together, yes? So why am I talking about shoulders so much when our goal is going to be spine and revolving? The answer is that when we twist, a lot of the time our arm wants to get ahead of us. Like, oh, I can twist more, I can twist more, I can twist more. But really we can't yet. And what that looks like often is the shoulder rolls forward and tries to get there without the rest of the back, yeah? Let's try that because we don't want to do it later and I want you to know what it feels like, yeah? Shrug one shoulder forward and bring it back. It's also kind of a cool dance move. Shrug a shoulder, bring it back. Shrug a shoulder, bring it back. And can you do this feeling when you bring back that you pinch those shoulder blades back so you're pressing your heart forward? Shrug a shoulder, and then chest out. Shrug a shoulder, and chest out. And go ahead and drop those arms. Shake it out for a second. And we're going to twist with our arms in the air. So now we're revolving the spine to your right. And notice right here how already that shoulder that you were leaving behind, the left shoulder, is starting to roll in to get you a little bit farther. So I want you to anchor that shoulder back. Let your twist happen only in your spine. Good. Take 3 breaths. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Not through where your bangs are, but the crown of the head. And come back center. Rotate to the other side. Shoulders back. Check in with the following shoulder. Is it trying to catch up? It doesn't need to catch up. Let it stay where it is. Holding this position using your core. Shoulders are dropped back. Inhale, center. Exhale. Let's take our hands up to this cactus pose, cactus tree, and then revolve. Keeping those shoulders engaged. You're using your core muscles to help you twist. Big breath in. And add your head and neck. So now your chin is rotating behind. Not just your eyeballs or the top of your head. Your chin and nose should stay right on top of each other. Inhale, back center. Nose is over your chin, is over your heart, and exhale, revolve to the left. Find your breath here. Shoulders dropping down the back. If you're starting to feel your hip flexors squeezing because they're holding your weight, I want you to jiggle those thighs. Pull your belly lock in. Let your belly do the work. Inhale, center. Good. Taking those arms down and shaking them out. Bloop, 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 bloop. Got one more challenge for you. So we're gonna fatigue the shoulders a little bit, and that way you'll be very aware of where they are later, yes? So this is gonna have a sensation. Try not to judge it. Go ahead and take your elbows up and out. There's our tree arms. And then I want you to leave your elbows right where they are in space and just put your hands on the horizon, yeah? So if I look out to my side, my forearm is parallel with the floor, and so is my upper arm. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and gently lift your elbows up. Elbows up. So the way that our bodies will naturally try and skip this work is that your wrists will try and do the work by themselves. This is about lifting the back of your arm, pointing your elbows to the sky. And you should feel it in the front of your shoulders and your deltoids especially. Shoulder blades down. Pulse those elbows up. Boop, 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 boop. All right, let it down. Shake them out. Big breath in. Exhale, curve the body back. Legs together. Let's send our hands through again. Grab the knees and pull, stretch the back. Dropping your chin down to the center of your chest, lengthening the back of your neck. Now lean your skull to the left. And feel your right neck stretching a little bit. Exhale, center. Lean to the right. Exhale, center. And go ahead and come on to all fours. Here we go. Find a flat back. We're going to bring our hands right underneath our shoulders. We're going to elbow swing. And then squeeze those elbows so they point at the back of the room. And curve to cat-cow. Exhale as you go to cat. Inhale to center. Exhale as you go to cow. Woo! Inhale to center. Dynamic movement. Inhale, center. So keep the breath. Make it juicy movement, but within your range of motion. And if you're feeling like you want more challenge, you can lift those knees off the floor. And do the same practice in downward dog or puppy. Inhale, curving. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, arch lift. Coming back to all fours. Shoulder blades anchors back. We're going to send our right arm and left leg out. Find true flat back. Everybody in the universe almost always needs to lift that core up some more. It's just the way it is. That's where the challenge lies. And switch. Try not to lose your balance in the middle. Smoothing out that transition. Lifting up a nice flat back. Sorry, this is my mic back. It makes me look like I'm not having flat back right now. And switch. Inhale out. And hands down. Go ahead and come back to your child's pose and press out those wrists. And close your eyes and think about what shape your back is making right now. Where do you feel this stretch? Go ahead and come up to all fours. And we're going to leave our left hand down on the mat. We're going to zip up the right hand into a revolved chest. Yeah? And notice, as you're here in this pose, when this top arm begins to get tired, you're going to have that shoulder drooping forward like we practiced earlier. So I want you to roll that shoulder blade back, really activate your back here in through the tracks. Let your body twist. and bring it down. And then zip up your left arm, revolving through the spine. Anchoring those shoulders down, keeping your hips even. Find your breath. And bring it on home. Press back, flip your wrists. Roll up. Big breath in, coming to the front of your mat. Big breath in, open your chest, exhale. And big breath in, take your flat back forward. Shoulders, squeeze them together. It's almost like you're clapping the inner edges of your shoulder blades. Open those arms out, bend your knees. Draw your belly lock in, shoulder blades back. Where's your flat back? Reach it forward. Let your hands drop down and find that revolve again. So big bent legs, you don't have to be straight legs here. Good. Now those shoulders, they're gonna fall up to your chin. I want you to roll them back. Come down center. Gather in your belly lock. And revolve to the other side. Holding your core in, squeezing those legs to parallel. Let yourself squat, creating heat. Activate the back. And bring it down. Place those hands on the floor, hop or walk back to your plank or modified plank. Lowering to the earth, inhale, rise. Exhale, take it down. Inhale up and back to your downward dog. Big breath. Let lefty rise up. Squeeze those elbows towards each other. Tuck in. Exhale, lift it up. I'm going to show you a smaller version. Yes, your leg can be quite low, and you can just move it in slightly, squeeze, and take it out. Yeah, that's enough. Maybe your toes even on the floor, and you just kind of move it in and touch it out. That's fine too. Work at your level. Take it back to the floor. Bend both legs all the way into your puppy. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Arms and legs bent when you're out of air. Hop it forward. Rise up. Big breath in. Exhale, hands together. Sitting down into your awkward chair. It's somewhere right behind your buns. Let's find it. It's back there somewhere. Let most of your weight go into your heels. Sink it down a little lower. Big breath in. We're going to revolve to your left. Take your right arm down on the left side of your knee. And open your chest. Remember the shoulder, we got to roll her back. Yeah? If your thumb is pointing back behind you, we want the thumb to roll up and towards, past your ear, towards your back. That's a great way of thinking about it. Hips and knees are squozen together and centered. Sit down deep. Palm is rotating up towards the sky. Look back towards that palm so you're spiraling your neck. Take it down. Release. Inhale, flat back. Reach forward. Exhale, sit back down and twist the other side. Revolve that palm Up towards the sky, both shoulders anchored down. Find your strong core, belly buttons in. Looking up towards that palm. Squeezing in through the center. Creating heat inside by squeezing, centering. And yield to the ground. Hop it back. Chaturanga Vinyasa. Downward dog or child's pose, your choice. Roll those shoulders back so it feels like your spine is falling towards your thumbs. And pendulum at your own speed. Could be toes still on the floor. Could be somewhere in between. But throughout, I want you to think about the relationship of your elbows towards the back of the room. And bring that leg down. Exhale, puppy pose. When you're out of air, come back to the front. Open up. Bend your hips back down one more time. And find your hands behind you. However you can grab them is fine. One little finger is fine. A strap is another option. Of any sort, belt, anything you can hold on to. We're gonna hold on to whatever you can. And forward fold, let your arms pass your head. Big deep breaths. Now this should get the front of the shoulders. Remember earlier we were doing those shoulder exercises and activating the front of these shoulders. This stretch will release that. 2 more breaths. And hands to your hips and hands to the floor. Let your buns drop down. Squeeze those legs towards each other. Find the lowest hover you can hover. And then find the floor. Pull those knees into bound angle pose and slide forward to release. 3 big deep breaths here in your bound angle pose. Please stay there and enjoy that pose. Just fixing something technical in my room. Coming on up. Bring those legs together and curve, 2, 3, bring it up and curve, 2, 3, bring it up and curve, 2, 3, bring it up and curve, stay down, hollow out your core. So you're pulling that belly lock in deep, bring those legs all the way together. We're going to take our hands to Namaste and rotate to your right and center to the center. Check it in. Twist to the left and center it back in. Watch your shoulders now. Over to the right and bring back to center and over to your left and bring it back to center and right and center and left and center. Tuck your tailbone right and center and left. Rise up, my friends. Forward fold. Anchor those shoulders back. Find a long flat back. Bent knees are fine. Exhale, melt it forward. Big deep breaths. One more big breath. Exhale. Roll up. And bring your right leg in. Twisting to the left. Drop those shoulders down. Doot, doot. Revolve your arm up to the sky. So your inside of your elbow and the inside of the upper arm are revolving into the sky. Go ahead and take that arm down to the ground. Walk it out far away from you. And using your left arm on the outside of that right leg, give yourself even more of a twist. Draw your belly in. Come back up. Hold it with your core. Big breath in, shoulders up to your chin, and then exhale, yield it. Notice this leg wants to fall out. Can you squeeze it in? Bring it center. Roll it all the way down. Arms up over your head. Stretch both legs down and just melt for a moment. In the middle of everything, can you find 3 breaths of absolute letting go? Big breath in. Big exhale. Just notice how your body feels without judging or trying to fix it. Big breath in. Exhale, pelvic floor lock, belly lock, knees bend, arms come up, rolling back up, right. Right leg extends and twist to your left leg. Rotate, revolve that arm so the inside of your upper arm is trying to point to the ceiling. Legs squeeze together, center squeezes together. Find that twist. Create heat by using your abdominal wall to help you twist. Let that hand come down to the earth and walk it out a bit further. And then rotate your rib cage, revolve your rib cage a little bit further. Shoulders are still anchored down, abs are still in. Find your breath, long neck. And coming home, rolling down, knees to your chest. Press them in, rock your hips side to side. Aside from holding your legs in, what else can you relax completely? How else can you yield in this supine child's pose? Supine means laying on your back. Can you relax your hip flexors? Can you relax your neck and shoulders and just hold your legs with your biceps? Bring those legs together, big breath in. Exhale, let your knees come up in the air. Let your legs be comfortably extended, so you're not trying to make them straight or bent, whatever it goes to. Exhale, belly lock. Lift your buns off the floor. Lift, down, lift, down, lift, down, lift, down. Good, lift, down, and now lift them up, hold there. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Squeeze those legs together, center them. Tailbone still off the floor. Reach over to your right side. Come center. Reach over to your left side. Come center, bring everything in a little more, up a little more. And reach back to your right. Can you soften your neck? And center, shoulder blades are off the floor, creating heat. And left. And center, lift those tailbones. And let it go. Legs to the left, twist your spine open. Big breath. Relax. Yield into the carpet. 2 more breaths. How do you find moments to pause and let go in between the movement? Bringing your legs back to your center. Let your legs go out to the other side. Spread those arms wide. And try to let go as much as possible. Just bring your focus to your breath and let it be luxurious. Yield and allow your rib cage to melt towards the mat. Invite yourself to make the most of the last breath in this pose. How can we let go? As your belly draws to your spine, bring those knees in. And hands behind the knees help you rock forward. Now this rocking motion is most effective if your spine stays very much in a cat position. So just be a little round person. Or a big round person. Big wheels and little wheels all roll. So I want you to feel like a round spine. Also feels like a nice massage. Yeah? From there, you're going to find your way back onto your feet, which can be by letting the weight of your head go forward or by pausing and shifting over. So find that place. When you get to your forward fold, let's walk it out. Legs together, find your center, drop the heels, bend those knees, and reach forward with your flat back. Rise up tall, pressing into the floor with support. Up to your standing position. Arms come down by your back. Engage the core and left leg goes back, warrior three. Bust up, A's toes on the floor. Working on containing the abdominal effort. Yeah, so pulling it in. Lengthen those wings back like you're trying to tuck them back along to your toes. You choose what bus stop to pause at for your warrior three. There's almost always room to pull your belly in more. Stepping back to high lunge. Big breath in. Hands together. Tuck your tailbone underneath you to come to your crescent. No pressure in the lower back at all. Big breath in, open out to warrior two. Big breath in. Remember, our warrior two has our front knee bent with our toes and knee pointing to the front of the mat, and the back knee is sideways, so it's a 90-degree angle front to back, and your pelvis is all the way flat. Yeah, so if you're in the middle a little bit, let's adjust, make it work for your body. We're gonna surf. Whoosh, send your ribcage forward. Whoosh, pull it back. Whoosh, send it forward. Whoosh, pull it back. Whoosh. Big breath in, take that forward elbow down to your front knee. For me, this is the right knee because I stepped back with my left leg. I'm going to take my left arm down against my left leg. Big deep breath. Take these hips, your forward hip in particular, and let that hip crease down towards the floor a little more. Swoop the left arm up above your head on the inhale. Exhale, swoop it back down behind you and let your chest rotate, revolve, open towards the ceiling as you do. Inhale, back to the front, looking down. Exhale, arm passes behind you and you revolve up. How's that leg alignment doing, my friends? One more time. Rise back up by pushing into your front leg. Straightening that front leg. Take your hands to your hips and bring your back leg and front leg a little bit closer together. Just twist a little bit. Let's be sassy in here. So move your pelvis side to side because I want you to feel these hip flexors softening, yes? All right, pelvises are upright, lifting through that core. Your front knee is probably falling inwards, so I want you to reactivate that rotation, pointing your front knee in the same direction as your toes. From here, we're gonna swing the pelvis back. Your back foot should have full contact with the mat. And bring your hands to your pelvis. Notice how your body probably wants to fall in. And I want you to press that bottom hip underneath yourself to get a flat pelvis. Bring your hands up to cactus. And lean it out. This is all about your core strength here. We're holding our abdomen, we're twisting, we're trying to release that hip. We're pressing the bottom hip underneath. You're trying to get shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip on the same plane. If you're not sure and you have a wall around, use that wall for friendship's sake, yeah? You can stand, I'm leaving a couple inches just to leave some room for my booty tissue, yeah? And then I'm gonna lean out here and see if I can get close to all the way flat. So because my hips are bigger than my shoulders, that's a little bit off for me. I wanna be a little bit more forward, but it gives me a pretty good idea. Let your hand come down to bus stop A, your thigh. Remember, we do not place our hands on our knees to support ourselves. B is a calf. C is an ankle. Can you get your triangle pose? So open up. All right, drop that shoulder forward like we said we weren't gonna do. Just feel it. It droops to your chin. And now anchor that shoulder. Revolve the upper arm so your palm is facing upwards. And let that arm come over your head and let yourself drop down, softening your knees if you need to say, hello, big stretch in the front leg. Hello, big stretch. Go ahead and come partway back up, zipping up that arm again. Anchor the shoulders down, gather in your core, and press into the floor to rise. Bending your front knee and scooching out your back leg to find your warrior two. Good. Big breath in. Taking your front elbow back to the front leg for side angle pose. Big breath in with that arm. We're gonna thread the needle. Take your hand, your left hand, under that arm that's on the front knee and look underneath yourself. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, come back down. Stay right here if this is working for you. If you'd like to put your hand on the floor, you can put your chest closer to that thigh. Really yield into that front hip. Inhale, open. Exhale, now you're threading the needle under the thigh if you can. Inhale, open. Take that palm behind you and touch your back. I'm gonna rotate so you can see the back of me. All right, still on the same side, dropping an arm back. If you're up here, looks like this. And you might have your hand here in the center of your back for bus stop A. Yeah, it might be creeping towards the hip or the thigh is the first find. If you can reach underneath and grab a thigh. If you're lower, you're gonna keep reaching that hand past the thigh. And your bottom hand, this is a bus stop E situation, can reach underneath and bind with your top hand, grabbing around that thigh. Keep your knees aligned with your toes. Try not to lock your back knee. 2 more breaths. Release. Walk both hands to the ground. Change to high lunge. Woo! Step it back, downward dog. Shifting forward, chaturanga. Vinyasa. And child's pose. Let it rest. Let go. Find this moment. Your head is heavy on the earth. Your hips are heavy into the legs. You notice that one leg feels different than the other right now. One more breath here. Let it nourish you. Shoulder blades draw back, pelvic floor, belly button draws in, coming to your downward dog, looking forward. Exhale, puppy, everything bends. Exhale all the way to come back to the front. Rising up. Find your warrior three. Now, if your balancing stick is starting in bus stop A with your foot on the ground, that's great. I want you to work on drawing your shoulders back, connecting the rib cage together, lifting your core in. Yeah, there's our bus stop A. Not here, but trying to make our shoulders and hips one line. Take those arms back. This is nice because you can feel whether your hips are open here, right? Yeah? Choosing your warrior three. Excuse me, I think I said warrior one earlier. I mean warrior three. This is warrior three. There's always more abdominal strength to be added. There is an exception to that, but it's not usually until level 3 million. Level 3 million. Go ahead and step back into your high lunge, legs are still parallel. Big breath in, palms come together, center, center, center. So squeeze your thighs together and tuck your tailbone underneath to find your crescent pose. And open on out to warrior two. Front knee is opening over the front foot. It's gonna fall in. Use under your butt to hold that knee open, yes? This thigh. This back leg on many of us tends to hyperextend in this series. That means where your knee goes locked. So I want you to think of it as being micro softened, just like 2 millimeters in front of that, yeah? You can sometimes think, if you know you have trouble with this, you can think of trying to activate your quads by lifting up that knee. Sometimes helps for folks. Those are all fine details. Pelvis centered, right angle between the back leg direction and the front leg direction. Nice wide arms. Revolve your upper arms towards the sky today. Take them back, but leave your shoulders where they are, and let's go surfing. Find that breath. Front elbow's going to come down to that front knee. Open it up. Swoop your arm down and up and down and back and down. Heart faces towards the knee as the arm rises, and then exhale, the arm drops. Revolve the heart open and towards the sky as your arm slides behind you. Shoulders stay down and open up, back to your warrior two. Lift by pressing into that front leg. Check your pelvis. I know mine has tilted a little bit in this process, so I want to bring it all the way back flat. And that means I got to draw my leg in a little bit, which is fine. Leaning out. Cactus arms first. So this is all about Containing a straight and revolving torso, yeah? Bottom hip is pulling underneath your torso. Shoulders back. Find that breath. Where can you release? There's so much work happening here. Where can you find a little bit of forgiveness? Can you soften your hands? Spread those arms out. Find your bus stop A on the thigh. Check those knee positions, please. B, C, D. Into your triangle pose. Deep breath. Revolve that upper arm so it's facing towards your ear. And soften that front knee. Finding your side angle again. And take that arm behind your back. Choosing your bus stop. Big breath in. Thread the needle breath. Exhale, curve. Inhale, open. Exhale, curve. Inhale, open. Exhale, curve. Inhale, open. Drop that arm behind you. Now, your elbows on your knee, then your bind is going to be just behind your back. So you might be touching the center of your back, touching the opposite hip, or even reaching over to the thigh. Good, good, good. I saw some requests for clarification. So if you're in side angle and you're falling forward, whoosh, that's totally common, yeah? What that tells me, let me turn sideways, is that your buns are falling backwards, yeah? So we want to, remember I said your bottom hip, that forward hip, we want to roll it underneath. Lift your torso up a little bit more in your side angle if that's what you need, yeah? And work first on getting that hip in line underneath your torso. So your toe and your knee and your hip and your other hip are all trying to be in the same place. And that might mean that your lunge is more narrow so that you can get that alignment first. And then as your flexibility and strength increase, then everything will start to get bigger and lower. But first we got to get that hip alignment. So for those of you who are in your bind, yeah, if your booty's out and your chest is forward, you're gonna fall forward. So we got to work on pulling the pelvis underneath and opening the hips. Even here in the deep alignment, I'm trying to get both shoulders up over this knee eventually. Release those hands. Both hands to the front. Step it back. Elbows in for Chaturanga Vinyasa. Come on back. Big deep breaths. Here in your child's pose, take your arms to your shoulders by just bending, leaving your elbows on the floor. And squeeze with your hands one upper tricep, trapezius, and the other. So you're massaging your shoulders. I'm pressing in with my thumbs. Go ahead and release those hands and walk it up. I feel a lot of work that happened in TFL. So these are some of the external lateral hip flexor areas that we use when we're in that previous pose. So let's give those a stretch first, knowing that the next thing we're going to do is come to a seated position. So if you think you might be more comfortable sitting on a big old pillow or a rolled up blanket, a bolster, or even in the chair, go ahead and take that time to go grab that thing. And if you are fine with sitting on the floor for 15 minutes after this, then just hang out with me for a second and let's do seated on our side here. I'm going to take the front leg forward and the bottom leg I'm going to extend, and then I'm going to roll my body forward and see if I can open up my hips along the ground here. Yeah. So I'm almost massaging into the leg. If you have a foam roller, it's kind of like that foam roller activity. I'm just basically arching up through here. And then I'm going to reach over and grab my bottom foot and tug it in. And now I'm feeling the stretch down underneath my side body. Yeah. Release that. Come forward. Extend your bottom leg. And just find the same action on the side. So I'm letting the floor massage that side of that hip. Stretching through the side body, just rolling it out, whatever feels nice to you. And come back center. Find your comfortable position to sit. If you have a really hard time sitting all the way straight backed in the quote unquote easy pose, I definitely recommend that you sit on a pair of blocks, or if you've got a nice thick blanket, for example, you can roll it up a couple of times so it's about 5-6 inches. This is a pretty firm blanket, but see how that'll lift me up about 4 inches? And the feeling you want to feel is that when you're sitting on this, or if you have like a meditation pillow, you want to feel like your thighs are falling forward, not that your belly is falling back. Yeah? And when our thighs are tight in the back initially, it can really feel commonly like it's a falling back feeling. So I want you to feel like you're sitting up on those sits bones and your back is rising up and forward. So your heart is hanging out over your belly button, not into your belly button. Yeah. Now we're going to do the beloved neck release. So start with 3 breaths and we're just going to roll our shoulders up and back, rolling in, exhaling back. And you can let your whole spine get into this. And as I said before, if you want to sit against a wall or in a chair with a back, those are both great solutions for this. It might be more comfortable for your body. All right, shoulder blades down. And let's take our hands softly up to our necks. And we're just going to get a sense of what an upright neck is. So first I want you to poke your chin forward like a dove. Ooh. Yeah, feel that feeling. And take your hands underneath your neck here and feel how when you're really poked forward, the space between your skull and your neck shrinks, and when you pull your chin back, it expands right there. And holding your neck in that expanded position, let's move our neck side to side, trying to keep your nose upright over your chin. This is like you're doing this hip hop move, yes? Good. All right. From there, still lifted here, still sitting upright, I would ask you to please do your best to stay in this postural position. I see a few of us moving and then going back to slouch. And I'm trying to help you find this long place so we can work into it. So try to keep that effort of sitting up straight the whole time. All right, take a big breath in. Slightly drop your chin for me. And then take your ear over to your right shoulder. Yeah? You can see I have like a little half an extra chin sticking out there. I'm going to chin poke for a moment so that I can feel this crunch. We want to get out of this crunch. So pull it in, shoulders back, straight over. So you want to feel, and you're using your hand will work. You want to feel a long neck. Long neck. Keep reminding yourself to open that heart, because as we get tired, we always collapse. We're trying to break that habit. Really releasing your ear down. Let gravity pull that ear down. Big breath in. This is your left side and your left arm. You're going to inhale and lift that arm. It's the arm that your head is going away from. Big breath in. And then exhale, drop that shoulder as though you're trying to send it out and away. Good. Out and away. Inhale up, revolve that arm, and take it down, leaving the arm where it is. Out and away. At the same time, I want you to lengthen your neck this direction. So, 2 directional stretch. I see this happening. Whoop! Don't let this happen. Remember, this was our beginning cue. Shoulder back, torso upright. We're changing the neck and the shoulder. And let that arm drop all the way down. Stay in the stretch, friends. It is a stretch. If you pop out of it every time, we won't get it. We'll just stay in our crunchy spot. Yeah, so arm relaxes down. Deep stretch. You can see my muscles like bling, pulling out of my neck there because it's such a deep stretch of these little guys. Find your breath. Big breath in. This is your right side that you're leaning towards, so your right arm's going to come up, and it's going to gently reach over and gently touch those ears, and just a little bit of extra weight from that hand, just a little bit. Lengthening the distance between the earlobe and the point of your left shoulder. Breath. Lengthen. Are your nose and your chin pointing straight forward still, I hope? Big breath in. From here, we're going to change that relationship and we're going to turn our chin into our armpit. Like you're sniffing your own armpit. Hope it's nice in there. Shoulders down the back. Gently drop. Release that arm and breathe. See if you can yield a little bit more. From here, think about your chin softly rotating to the front of the room and slowly down. It's an exploration. Slow. Soft. As you turn, different scalene muscles in your neck will get pulled into the stretch. So if you feel one that's like, whoo, slow down. Greet it. Let that neck muscle feel welcome to yield. Big inhale. Big exhale. Bringing your face back forward. We're going to gently, softly roll just the face down to center until your nose and chin are pointing towards your chest. Your shoulders are still back. And then slowly lengthen, stack your neck back up again. Take a breath and feel how different your right and left feels right now. Ooh, this one feels like, whoa, but longer. This one still feels still. So let's work on the other side. Big breath in. Check your backs are upright and comfortable. In fact, let's reverse those arms. Inhale, bring them up, crossing at the elbows. Exhale, elbows back, open the chest. Open the chest, press your chest forward. Not opening your arms, but opening your chest. Push it forward, find open chest. There we go. If it feels like you can't get past here, it's probably that you're falling back below you. So let's see if we can prop up our buns a little bit more. I want to see you forward like you're the prow of a pirate ship. Yeah, there we go. Pirate ship pride. There we go. Okay. All right, from there, find your upright, all the way upright position. So that does mean I'm activating my shoulder blades back. Good. Big breath in. Take those arms up. Lengthen the neck and just give it a little wobble. I'm trying a little tiny figure 8 with my nose. Shoulders are still. I'm isolating my skull like a lollipop that's loose on its lollipop stick. Lollipop. Good. Nod that head. Chin poke a couple times. Like you have no hands and you're trying to press a button on your phone because your hands have like raw chicken, you know, when you're cooking. Like that. Boop. And draw it in. So you get one extra chin there. And then we're really rolled back in those shoulders. Lift that heart. Open that heart. Press both arms down. From there, we're going to lean our left ear to our left shoulder. And I'm your mirror here. Yeah. Shoulders are falling back. Go ahead and start nodding in this position slowly. And lengthening through the back of that neck. And you can feel it. You can feel that length. We want to make that nice long neck. Go ahead now and slowly explore. Shaking your head no. Shoulders are even. You can even hold on to your pants here. Yeah. Slow exploration. How's that breath? Can we come back to breathing? All right. Nose and chin are straight forward again. Shoulders still back. We're going to lift up. Same side arm. And exhale, we're going to reach it out. Out. Let's rotate our upper arm to the sky as we reach out. And think about your head lengthening in the opposite direction. Making more and more length between your earlobe and the point of your shoulder. Taking a breath here. Go ahead and take this moment here and let your head and chest curl forward a little bit, yeah? If you're slouching forward like most of us normally do in life, you're going to feel this stretch more along the upper trapezius. But that's not actually where I want you to feel it. I want your shoulder open and your head aligned so that you're feeling in these little tiny scalenes muscles, which are little like 3-inch connectors that go up and down your neck into your shoulder. Yeah, so make sure we're not curled forward, but super open. There, yes, friends, that's it. Big breath in with your left hand. Gently touch the top of your ear and imagine it getting longer, dropping that chin. Big breath in. Exhale, yield. Big breath in. Exhale, yield. Keep that weight in the right shoulder so it's heavy down away from the ear. Check with yourself. Sometimes we slouch forward and start chin poking, so draw that chin back in. Make sure we're really up against the flat surface in our minds. Release that arm. Looking down towards your armpit. You can put the arm back up if that felt even better for you. And now you're still feeling in the side here, but you're also going to feel a little bit up towards the back of the upper neck as you sniff your pits. Big breath in. Shoulders are still back, chest is still open, yielding your head in. You should definitely feel multiple chins bundling up underneath here, yeah. If you don't, it probably means that you're either forward or back. All right, take the next 3 breaths to explore nose to shoulder or forward, or maybe up and down. And if you like, you can even take your hand. This is the side I'm leaning to, so your left hand, you can take your left hand and gently, slowly press into the neck muscles here on the side of your neck. Slowly. Slowly. And that's optional. It might be too much. We don't want it to be too much. Just because you're pressing doesn't mean we get to collapse forward and work on upper trap. I want you to release the side of your neck. So keep anchoring those shoulders back, lifting your heart forward. Release it. Big inhale. Big exhale. Take your nose down to the center of your chest. And now finally you get to droop those shoulders forward. Take your arms up to the back of your head and softly, gently tucking your chin into your chest, lengthening that lower back. And then for me, I get a better stretch if I press my head back into my hands, opening up right about here. And I'm going to even give it a little tilt side to side. Release those hands down. Gently roll the neck back up. And take a moment, close your eyes, and feel how it feels. Does it feel different than it did in the middle? Hopefully you feel a big release. Keep those shoulders down and back. Yeah. And then go ahead and take your hands to your neck and massage. We're going to lay down in Shavasana for just a couple minutes here. And as you're laying down on your mat, since we just opened the chest, go ahead and nod your head, laying on the mat. Your knees can be bent or straight, but notice as you lay here, is it a little easier for your back, for your chest to be open and for your neck to be long? When your head is here on the mat in Shavasana, our head should feel just slightly tucked in so that the jaw, the chin, feels like it's falling back. It's able to release, to yield down into the mat. And take a moment. Let everything relax. Imagining in your mind that top vertebrae and breathing into it right at the base of your skull. And let it settle back towards your mat as you exhale. And inhale into the middle of your neck, still part of your spine, your neck. And as you exhale, let it fall into the mat, yielding to gravity, letting go of that tension. Breathing into the nape of your neck Imagining the bones of your spine from the nape of your neck down to the top of your shoulder blades. And exhale, let them release. Breathing into the vertebrae behind your heart center, behind your lungs, between your ribs. Inhale, spreads them apart gently. And exhale, let them go into the mat. Breathing down into the vertebrae below your rib cage, behind your belly, down to the lower back vertebrae. And as you exhale, let them yield into the mat, softening. Last breath in to the vertebrae right where it meets your pelvis, into your sacrum where your vertebrae become your pelvis, down to the tip of your tailbone right before your pelvic floor, to the coccyx where your tail is in another dimension, and exhale, let it melt. This softness can come with you for the rest of your day if you know, like you do just now, how to feel your way to it. Let your body remember what it's like to let go. When you're ready, come on home, taking your time. Thank you for spending this time with me. Namaste.